So, I'm here in Kuwait on a Reserve Component Senior Leaders Visitors Program, which is a program designed to give leaders, general officers, an opportunity to come over and see the troops, but to also see what the troops are doing and what their mission sets look like. So two things with this visitors program. The first is I get to come over and see troops, get to talk to them, see how they're doing, find out where they're from, why they're wearing the uniform. That's rewarding in itself. But I also get to pick up on the mission sets and find out what exactly the logistics community is doing in theater. And what I learned from that is that they are doing their normal routine missions that we train on back home, but I also find out what they're doing that we don't train on and pick up some examples of what they can do better training for back home. Yeah, so we've deployed the 184th Expeditionary Sustainment Command to Kuwait. And anybody who loves history knows that logistics is what moves armies and what makes armies successful. And so Clint Walker's role here with the Expeditionary Sustainment Command, the 184th out of Laurel, is to provide logistics support to the entire CENTCOM area. So the 184th is supporting over 20 countries in the CENTCOM AOR and over 50,000 military and contractors that make things happen in this area. Yeah, so I mentioned earlier that logistics moves armies. If we have a hurricane or a tornado or a flood or an earthquake, logistics is still an essential part of how we respond to that domestic response, both for the citizens and for the military that are supporting the citizens. The Expeditionary Sustainment Command that General Walker commands, they would be in charge of moving logistics through Mississippi to make sure that we have plenty of water, plenty of food, and to come out here and deploy in a program where they have to do the same thing in an austere area, it prepares them better to do the very same thing if we have an area devastated by a hurricane or a tornado or whatever. They learn how to work in that kind of environment. So that's the value of the training over here.
Okay.
The 184th is made up of 250 soldiers from all over Mississippi and from outside of Mississippi. And what I continually say is that the citizens can be very proud of the men and women who choose to put the uniform on and deploy overseas to stand on that wall of freedom that we have to protect for the world. You know, look, when a soldier deploys overseas, they take their families with them, they take their communities with them, their congregations, their employers. We all go with them when they deploy overseas. And so South Mississippi can be very happy with the fact that we're representing them over here and protecting them on Freedom's Wall. Look, I just appreciate all the support these men and women have back home. The employers let them do this. That's important because it multiplies what the active Army can do when we can bring the skill sets that we bring from our communities, whether we're policemen or firefighters or executives in businesses. That brings certain skill sets to the Army that they don't get from within their ranks. And it is so valuable, especially in the logistics command where we're moving commodities and we're feeding the troops.